the Y is 40K HELOC, and it equaled a boat, or whatever it was, boat, home improvement, right? Whatever it was, it could be anything. I just now know that they have a credit card tied against their house. Next part of the script would say, okay, so in order to get access to this campaign, the campaign is really more focused on what's called your net. And what your net is, Cameron, is basically how much of the net income, which is what you actually bring home after taxes and after you pay all your bills. So after the equity line of credit, after your mortgage, and after your debts, you know, what we're looking for is how much actually goes to your bank. But before I even get there, let me ask you, with regards to debt, now I know you got an equity line of credit, how about credit card debt? So average about 20K in credit card debt. They'll give a rough estimate, and they'll say I pay about $1,000. And then we ask them, okay, so the $1,000, do you know if that's the minimum due or is that above and beyond? And then they'll say, you know, I pay a little bit more than the minimum. Got it, good job. So if you're paying $1,000 to credit cards and you got the equity line of credit payment and then you got the mortgage, there are other things in life like groceries, insurance, gas, which is skyrocketing, cost of living, everything's increasing. The net is how much after all these bills are paid for your net income can you actually net to yourself in checking and savings. And again, they give you an inflated amount, right? So they're not accounting for everything. Plus, you're more than likely talking to someone who's actually not covering the bills. And that's why we have to listen to certain things. Like, I have no idea, or we, right? I think my wife, or I think my husband, right? It means they're not connected to the numbers. So am I going to ask him for specific information? Like, what's the details on your insurance? How much do you pay for homeowners? Yeah, you're scare them off. They don't want to sound dumb. Right? It's human nature to protect ourselves. So when we hear things that intimidate, we then start thinking like, what's the consequence if I don't know the information I'm giving you? This is why they're not tied to the second call. But anyway, let's say their net they tell you was $500. And truth be told, they always say it's usually about 1,000 or 2,000. But what allows us to get the deeper why is say, okay, so after all your bills are paid, and you know all your expenses are met every single month, if you're adding $1,000 to $2,000 to your checking and savings, what is the average balance you have in checking and savings? We don't jump in right away, right? We don't start selling them, we don't start solving problems. But what they're gonna say is about $1,000, sometimes even less. And so now we understand a few things. This is just within the first 2 to 3 minutes of them saying hello.
Connected to SalesRemastered.